Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris and this is Turtle Time. So the opinion I most see online is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 is the worst Turtles film in the entire franchise, and by a long shot. But what if I told you it wasn't as bad as you think it is? And no, I'm not sitting here saying it's better than the 1990 film and it's some underrated masterpiece, but if you look past its obvious major flaws, there's a lot of fun stuff to digest. So we start in 1603 in feudal Japan, where someone is being chased by 4 samurai. That person is revealed to be a prince named Kenshin. He and his father, Lord Norinaga, do not get along at all. His father is at war trying to put down a rebellion, and his son is in love with the leader of the rebellion. Her name is Mitsu.
Mitsu? Yes, Mitsu.
Also involved is Walker. He's an English trader who's trying to supply Norinaga with guns. Back in the present time, this takes place after the Turtles have defeated the Shredder and the Foot Clan from the Secret of the Ooze, and April has come down before she goes on vacation to give the Turtles and Splinter some gifts. One of those gifts is a magic scepter. Back in the past, Kenshin comes into contact with the scepter and activates it, and since he and April are both holding the scepter at the same time, they switch places in the timeline. The Turtles go back in time and 4 samurai take their place in the present time. You remember how Casey Jones was poofed out of existence because he was far too violent for impressionable young kids? He's back now and he's helping wrangle these 4 samurai warriors and Kenshin. The Turtles are all in samurai outfits now, which is always a really cool look, and I always really enjoy the Turtle action figures from this time frame, but Mikey gets separated from the rest of the Turtles. Once again, shenanigans ensue.
You mean shenanigans?
The Turtles help the rebels defeat Lord Norinaga and Walker. Kenshin and Mitsu are now finally able to be together, and the Turtles and April make it back safely.
Just like Elvis in Blue Hawaii.
First of all, when you compare this film to Secret of the Ooze, the plot actually makes sense and the plot actually follows through on the premise. As I discussed in my review of The Secret of the Ooze, we really never find out what the Secret of the Ooze is.
There's just got to be more to it.
But at least the plot of the third film makes somewhat sense, as long as you understand it's a time travel movie. Most of the time with time travel movies, you just kind of gotta let it ride.
The space-time continuum will be out of phase after 60 hours.
And also, I have to say, there's some really cool kind of character beats that happen within the film as well. As the Turtles go back in time and they start to meet up with the rebels, they actually find people that they can be around that accept them for who they are. This is essentially a breath of fresh air for both Michelangelo and Raphael, who strongly consider actually staying in the past and breaking up the 4 brothers. And why wouldn't they? They're accepted for who they are here, compared to New York, where they have to remain hidden because they know they won't be accepted if they're revealed.
Sure, your home's a nice apartment. My home's a sewer.
Another plus is that Casey Jones actually gets to return. I guess in the 2 years between the films, they decided that parents were okay with this and that kids wouldn't start beating the crap out of each other with hockey sticks and baseball bats. He does have some really cool comedic moments with the 4 samurai and Kenshin, but overall he's just kind of window dressing. Although I will say Elias Koteas does play a different character in the past in feudal Japan, which is one of Walker's men that has mutinied, and he kind of goes back and forth between being a villain and a hero. The Turtles actually get to use their weapons. Again, I'm shocked that the parents would allow this to happen. Sarcasm. And the fight scenes in this film are actually really good. I wouldn't put them up next to like the 1990 film, but they do compare very favorably. The other side of it too is that it tells an original story that's not really part of the comics, while also still having a foot in the comics. In issue 8 of the Mirage comics, we're introduced to a character named Renette, and she has the Scepter of the Sands of Time, which accidentally involves the Turtles and leads to them traveling back in time where they cross over with Cerebus. So essentially that issue is the same plot line as the third film, but they're swapping out Renette for April. And all that stuff is well and good, but this film has one big huge problem that makes it really hard to look past to see all the good in it. It's the suits. Good Lord, this is some atrocious suit work. The animatronics are absolutely terrible. When you compare it to the first 2 films, it is laughable that somebody thought, hey, you know what would be great if we did this?
You missed me.
for some inexplicable reason, more than likely budgets, they decided not to bring back the Jim Henson Company. But here's the problem there. I think with animatronic work, it literally is a thing of you get what you pay for. You can cut corners all you want to, but this is an area I think that was really a dumb decision. As I discussed in my love letter to the TMNT, the turtles themselves are a very outlandish concept. And when you have an outlandish concept, you have to root that in some sort of believability so that the audience buys in. That's where the first two films did a really great job, because the suit work and the animatronics were truly remarkable. And there are moments where just for a bit, you forget that it's not actors giving a performance, it's actually animatronic suits. With this work, it's all out the window at that point, and it makes it darn near impossible to look past. So even though I think there are quite a few redeemable qualities to this film, when people say that this film is unforgivable and the worst film in the franchise, I'm really not going to argue that point. Now, having said all that, if somehow you can get past that and see the other points for what they are, I think you'll find that there are really good things to like. As a matter of fact, I kind of have the opinion that if they had brought back the Jim Henson Company and they had the same movie but with different suit work, different animatronic work, that this film might be actually regarded better than the second film. So after this film came out in 1993, the Turtles were put on ice, at least theatrically speaking, for the next 14 years. The next film was 2007's TMNT. Whenever I get that film out, you'll see a card right here to watch it. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Would love to hear it. And until next time, I'm Chris, and this is Turtle Time. You guys have a great, safe rest of the day. Bye.